What's going on, guys? The Comics Kid 2099 here. Welcome to day 348 of the 365-day graphic novel review challenge. Today, I want to talk to you about Batman Through the Looking Glass. This is by Bruce Jones and Sam Kieth. It is a 5-issue miniseries, I believe, and the basic story here is that Batman has been drugged, and he is hallucinating throughout this entire story. He believes that he is in an approximation of Alice in Wonderland, and he is trying to solve a murder that may or may not have happened. And Sam Kieth, the artist here, I am not a huge fan of his art style. Most of the time, it is very difficult for me to actually tell what is going on in a book that is drawn by Sam Kieth. And you would think with this book, where Batman is tripping throughout the entire book, that Sam Kieth would be the ideal art choice for this, because he can do whatever he wants, and you can just say, well, it's okay if you can't really tell what's going on because Batman is on some crazy drug trip. And what's weird here is that if you compare this to, say, Arkham Asylum Madness, that was also done by Sam Kieth, his style here is a lot more comprehensible than it was in Madness. I feel like almost everything here, I can actually tell what's going on here. And that's really weird, because most of the time I can't with a Sam Kieth book. So it's strange that the one book where you think that Sam Kieth could really stretch his wings and do what he normally does and make things look very difficult to tell what's going on, he doesn't do that here when it would actually make sense for him to do that. So that was a little weird. I still think that his art is good here. I can tell what's going on, so that's good. Although I think if I wasn't able to tell what's going on, it would have been understandable with the plot of this book. And let's go ahead and talk about the plot of this book. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The fact that Bruce is drugged, it's very difficult for me to tell what is and is not real in this book. I still don't understand who murdered all the people that Batman is trying to solve the murders for, and I don't understand why they did it. There are a couple people who are maybe involved. I don't understand their motives, which is very important whenever you are doing a mystery story. In general, I would say if you're doing a mystery story, don't have the protagonist who is solving the mystery be on drugs throughout the entire story. It makes it very difficult to tell what is real, what's not real, which characters did what. It's very difficult to tell, okay, is this character the same character as that character? At one point, Batman and his imaginary friend are chasing the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland, and then later another character shows up and he's also the rabbit, and then later they call him the Dormouse, except he looks like a rabbit. So that was a little confusing. This book, it doesn't really work very well. I think that maybe if we had a definitive idea of what did and did not happen, maybe this book would have made a little bit more sense. Maybe if we had two artists, maybe if we had Sam Kieth doing the stuff where Batman was on drugs, and we have someone else doing the stuff where he's not on drugs, or where Alfred and Robin are talking to each other, and we could have a clearer idea of what did and did not happen in this book. I feel like that would have been a little bit better. But unfortunately, it's really difficult for me to come away from this actually knowing what happened. And believe it or not, Sam Kieth is not at fault here. It's the story itself that I just have no idea what did and did not happen. I don't understand why the things happened the way that they did, and that's unfortunate, because I think that a story where Bruce is going through a kind of Alice in Wonderland type story could have been really fun and enjoyable, except that it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So those are my thoughts on Batman Through the Looking Glass. I hope that you guys liked my review here, and if you did, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will be back tomorrow with a different video. In the meantime, you guys have a great rest of the day. Catch you later.